All right, I've got a special guest today, Carly Willie. She is the Senior Development Manager for Alzheimer's Association Central and North Florida chapter. And Carly and I have talked, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Probably 2 years.
2 years, maybe
Mhm.
pre-COVID, wasn't it?
It was the day that COVID stopped the world,
Oh my
basically.
gosh,
You
you're
were my
right.
last meeting.
That's right.
I
That's
met with you, and then
true.
my boss called and said, no more meetings. And
Yes,
so,
and you're like sitting right here. I remember that.
yep,
Oh my
yep.
gosh, it's crazy. Time flies, but things have changed. Actually, I want to start there because, obviously being part of the chapter, a big part, probably everything is, obviously fundraising for Alzheimer's. We're impacted greatly by the disease here in Central Florida in the villages. So it's been one of our really our big projects. In fact, we've got a really fun event that's coming up in November, and I think that's November 12th. That's,
Mhm.
that's coming up. So if you guys are interested in participating in that in some form or fashion, it's going to be a nice masquerade. It's going to be a ball. So it's going to be literally a ball, and figuratively, it's going to be a good time. But you guys have been affected by obviously COVID with fundraising. How's that impacted you?
To be honest, our fundraising was impacted, but that really wasn't our big concern. The concern really was the impact on those living with the disease. Mainly those living in memory care units and assisted living facilities, because they were no longer allowed to have visitors. So we kind of took a back seat on the fundraising and really just wanted to make sure to outreach to those living with the disease as much as possible, because we know that their disease progresses if they're not keeping their mind busy, keeping active. We've seen that visiting, having families visit those that are succumbing to the disease, they last longer when they're basically doing something and having those one-on-one visits. So when those were halted, we saw a decline in a lot of the health of those living with the disease. So I would say that the fundraising wasn't a big focus, although it was impacted, but more so those that are living with the disease and the family were impacted the most. So we kind of shifted our focus for the first year on just getting outreach to them. We heard about a lot of great ideas that other chapters did, where they even just got puppies and went to the windows of assisted living facilities so that those that were stuck inside got to see animals, and just do little small things like that to brighten their day. And then year two came around, and our fundraising has been impacted. And that's why we're really excited, especially about your upcoming event, because we know, in speaking with you guys about the event, how excited people are to get back out. It's finally feels like it's okay to go to a ball. And I can tell that I think that's going to make your event a huge success, because people are itching to get back out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're having it at the Savannah Center here in the Villages. Actually, literally, I can almost see the Savannah Center here. We're just around the corner from it. So if you're interested in that, you can give us a call at the office, 352-753-7500. What's happening right now? What's the chapter up to right at the moment?
So, I mean, I would say the chapter is kind of turning back around and focusing a bit on fundraising. We need to find that cure. So all funds raised are going towards that much needed research, as well as support in each of the communities. But as you know, I run the longest day, and the longest day is on June 21st. So that just passed. However, the season for the longest day does not end until September. So we're still fundraising right now. And then pretty soon we'll kind of shift into walk season. So the Walk to End Alzheimer's is coming up. And we had our inaugural Walk to End Alzheimer's in the Villages. That was the first time we'd ever done it there last season. So we're going to be doing it again because it was a great success. So our team personally here is focusing on fundraising again, and creating events so that these people that want to get back out are able to. So kind of picking up where we left off in your office 2 years ago.
Nice, nice. So give us, you've got some stats as to some local stats on Sumter County and that, Villages area. So tell us what you got.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. The reason we actually created a walk Villages area was just because the need is so big there. We have counties like Duval County where there's 16,000 people living with the disease, but Duval County and Jacksonville itself is the biggest city in the country. So that would make sense, but it's pretty crazy. I was looking today, in Sumter County alone, there are 10,000 people living with the disease. So that's only 6,000 short of the largest city in the country. So it's pretty unbelievable. And then 14,000 are living in Marion County and almost 13,000 living in Lake County. So you guys have, if I can do the math quickly, 37,000 people that are living with the disease just in those three counties combined. I mean, those numbers are staggering for what a small area it is. So that was kind of our added, reasoning for wanting to do a walk there and do these events to fundraise because the need is so large.
So, that counts diagnosed, right? Like there's obviously people that might be.
Yes, so that does not include people that have not been these are just diagnosed cases. And, as you know, there are a lot of people that either A, don't want to go in and be diagnosed, or B, just haven't done so yet.
Are there any numbers or any stats on, trying to figure out there's probably X amount or the X percentage of the population of people that go undiagnosed? Any numbers on that? You've heard that?
I don't know that off the top of my head, but I'm sure we have that because our researchers they don't really miss a beat. So I can find that for you. I'll send it to you in an email.
That'd be great. I'd like to share that with the audience. So
Yeah.
what's next? You were talking about like the longest day season continues, and we got the when's the walk, by the way? That's coming up.
Let me pull that up for you. It'll take me 2 seconds. Walked in Alzheimer's, the villages. We have 11 walks in Central North Florida, so I don't want to confuse it. It will be on, let's see here, Saturday, October 8th, 2022.
Got it. Okay, good. So if people wanted to participate in the walk, who do they need to connect with?
So we have a walk director in each county. The walk director for the villages is Terry Boynton. She is in charge of all of that. But what I would suggest is just to go online. I believe it's alz.org/walk. If that's wrong, you can just Google the Walked In Alzheimer's Villages. It'll come up. But they have an awesome walk site. And when you go to it, you'll see the date, the information, and then you can click to create a team and join the walk.
Got it. Okay.
And it's free to attend.
Okay, interesting. Where's it going to be? Where do you know the location of that?
I do. Looking here, it says the Villages Polo Club.
Got it. Okay, that's that's in between me and the Savannah Center. So it's like just down the street from us. Yeah, right on Buena Vista. So how can people get more information about being involved? So obviously we've mentioned really 3 different things. Obviously, longest day for next year. They can contribute. They can participate in the walk that's coming up. They can obviously be part of the ball and enjoy the festivities that we're going to have. And obviously the proceeds are going straight to Alzheimer's. What are some things that you'd recommend and how people can get involved?
I mean, we have a ton of different opportunities and ways to get involved. I only mentioned the fundraising and the development side of things, the walk and TLD, but, we have an awesome programs team that go out and, that's also something that our Walks in Longest Day funds is the ability for us to go out and educate those living in the community. So we have an awesome programs team that are always looking for volunteers. This would be a great thing for somebody who doesn't mind public speaking. They go through a very short training and then they can actually go out in the community and speak with families as well as companies and educate and support on the ground. And then for those that are maybe interested in more of the political or government side of things, we have an awesome advocacy arm as well. So our advocacy team talks to local and state legislators to, promote for more funding. And being involved with advocacy is really fun as well because 2 times a year, we have 2 different events, Rally and Tally, and then our forum. Rally and Tally, everyone's invited and we all storm the Capitol and basically advocate for our cause. And it's a really fun day to work your way up to. And then finally, forum is, the larger scale of that where you fly to DC and we advocate, with our big wigs, to say the least. So advocacy is an awesome way to get involved, as well as our programs team, if you're good with public speaking. And anything that you need or any of those things that may interest people, you can just contact me and then I can kind of funnel you to the right direction.
How can people find you?
They can find me if maybe if you could share a link when you share this with my email address and my phone number. but also my cell phone, 561-339-4046. Text, call, email, it's the best way to get in touch.
Carly, I super appreciate it. Thanks for the info. If we're missing anything, let me know. I'll be definitely sure to actually share that in future episodes.
Cool. Yep. I'll share that stat. And then, of course, if you can, just post my contact info, and anything anyone needs, feel free to reach out.